Nation, how we doing? Hey, I want this to sink in for a second, all right? I'm Brian Estridge, ready to welcome you here. We got a whole lot of stuff we're going to do here. We're gonna have fun here tonight for this one. Listen, I want this to sink in for a second. Everybody quiet. Tomorrow, the Horned Frogs are playing for a national championship. Welcome to the Natty, baby. Here we are. Michigan didn't know who TCU was. Georgia may not know who TCU is. But America's about to find out real fast about the Horned Frogs. We're glad you're here. We're going to have a party here for you. Everybody who's turned down at Santa Monica, this has been great. This couple of days leading up to the national championship tomorrow. The Horned Frog Nation has been terrific. Be loud, be proud, wear your purple tomorrow. And right now, let's get it kicked off, ladies and gentlemen. We talked about this, if you remember, before the Michigan game at the Fiesta Bowl. There have been a few men and women here at TCU who have had great vision over the years to get us to this point, who knew we could be here for a national championship. And at the top of that list is our Chancellor, Dr. Victor Moschidi. Dr. Moschidi, come on up.
Oh my gosh, this is incredible. I never looked. I'm too short to look till I got on the stage. This is incredible. Everybody, there's really not much more left to say, except I want to say to all of you, and trying to look into all your eyes, is to say thank you so much for supporting the Frogs. Thank you for traveling. Thank you for coming out here. Thank you for being a part of this magical, once-in-a-lifetime thing. But you know what? It's not once in a lifetime. You'll be back here. And I want to say what I said to the team when I talked to them. I was giving them some plays and other stuff to do tomorrow, and from all my football expertise. And I said, I really don't care what the score is. No matter what the numbers say, we already won. But I definitely want to win by the score, too. Go Frogs.
Thank you, Chancellor. You know, to have great leadership, you got to make tough decisions. You got to always be striving to be the best. And sometimes the decisions aren't always popular. But there was one decision made by this next gentleman that's led us all here to the national championship. And that's bringing Coach Sonny Dykes to Fort Worth. If you would, welcome the athletic director, Jeremiah Donati. Jeremiah.
How's everybody doing? Wow, this is, holy smokes. Let me just take this in for just a second here. Wow. Wow, thank you all for being here. How many people live here in California? How many people flew or drove here? Unbelievable. Thank you all. Last week, what an unbelievable Fiesta Bowl win. Can't thank you enough for making the trip here to LA. We do pretty well out here in LA. We got a lot of alums, we got a lot of fans out here, so it's fitting, right, that we're playing for the national championship tomorrow here in LA. Unreal. You may be, for those of you who were at the pep rally last week, you're probably going, geez, he's wearing the same vest he wore last week. No, I'm not. Look at that trophy right there. Just want to keep you on your toes. Thanks for having me. Thanks for being here, guys. What do you say, Brian?
Jeremiah, I got to ask you, because we've talked a lot about the football side of things and the success that they've had on the field. But you know firsthand the character of these men that make up this program. Coaches and players. Amari DiMaccardo, who last week had 150 yards rushing, grew up in Inglewood, just outside of SoFi Stadium. 3.77 GPA with a double master's degree. I mean, this is why we do this. This is why fans show up, because of the character of these men, right?
Tell you what, I think I'm more nervous than they are.
Yeah.
You know, being around these guys, just unbelievable young men, unbelievable professionals. You know, Sonny and the staff, they treat them like pros, and those are words they use. We treat them like pros, and they have represented this university so incredible, guys. I can't tell you enough. When you leave hotels and the hotel staff tells you these are the best team we've ever had here, when the Fiesta Bowl tells you that this is the best team we've ever hosted, I mean, come on. Obviously, winning is the most important thing, but it's how you do it, right? And so they've done it with unbelievable class, and have made us all proud. So I couldn't be more proud to be associated and affiliated with such a wonderful bunch of young men.
And you think about the national stage now. Can you put in perspective what this means for this athletic department, for this university, for this football program? Now, all eyes of America will be on TCU.
And fitting in our 150-year anniversary, right? It was like it was always planned to be this way. No, it's difficult to overstate how important this is for TCU, for Fort Worth, for our athletics department. This is a game changer, and we're going to continue to build this thing. We're going to take it higher. Sonny said today at Media Day, this raises expectations, right? The chancellor said it again. So, but these are the expectations that we have for TCU. These are the expectations we have for our football program. And so, but we need support. We need people to show up and to back the Frogs. And boy, you guys have done that. You guys have really shown up. And so, big round of applause. Thank you to you guys. Give yourself a round of applause, please.
Jeremiah, you've been good all year at reading the tea leaves. Give me some sense as to what happens tomorrow at SoFi.
I'll tell you what, our guys are going to be playing loose, playing fast, like they have all season. Calm confidence about them. The moment won't be too big. We're not worried about we're the favorite or the underdog. Who cares? It's about TCU and it's about our guys. We play our game tomorrow, which I know we're capable of. We're going to walk away with the national championship.
All righty. Jeremiah Donati, Athletic Director. Thank you, JD.
Thank you, everybody. Go Frogs.
AD JD with us. We found a new friend here in Santa Monica, folks. I think they like us based on what we've just done here at Santa Monica Pier. If you would, please welcome the mayor of Santa Monica, Gleam Davis. Here she comes.
Hello, Horned Frog Nation. I'm Gleam Davis, the mayor of Santa Monica, on behalf of our entire city council, our entire city, and of course the world famous Santa Monica Pier. I can't tell you, we couldn't be happier to welcome you here and know that today Santa Monica is ground zero for Horned Frog Nation. So thank you. We know that you're playing football tomorrow, and I think we're all going to be rooting for you. But what's more important is that you've all come out to support your team, to see our beautiful city, and we really hope that you have a wonderful time while you're here, get to enjoy some of the many things that Santa Monica has to offer, and even if there isn't a football game, you'll come back and visit us sometime. So please enjoy the national championship game. Go Frogs, make us proud.
Thank you, Mayor. Santa Monica has quickly become our second favorite city in the world. Thank you, Mayor Davis. Thank you for being here.
Of course.
Our favorite city is 1,419 miles away. And the mayor of Fort Worth, Maddie Parker, is here with us right now. Come on up, Mayor.
Good afternoon, Fort Worth, Texas! I had to apologize to my new friend, Mayor Davis, that the entire city showed up to cheer on our Horned Frogs. It goes without saying that TCU's success is Fort Worth, Texas's success. And every single one of you came to cheer on these young men that have been an amazing example, a Cinderella season. But don't forget, they are also academic superstars. That's where TCU started. 2023 marks 150th anniversary for this amazing university. And what an awesome cherry on top to be right here, the first Texas team to compete in the college football playoffs. One thing I wanted to do today, I'm lucky in our office, of course, to have some awesome TCU interns Usually your assignments are a little boring, but I brought with me a proclamation that are Horned Frogs. This one's a little different. Bear with me. I promise it's not boring. And today I say, whereas this team is the first Texas team in history to go to the college football playoff. And whereas this team went from being unranked in preseason to playing for the national championship. And whereas this team called upon the power of the Hypnotoad week after week to pull off incredible wins. And whereas this team is built of players and coaches with integrity and character who will give their all in this championship game. And whereas Fort Worth has been behind this team for 150 years, and the fans at home will be proudly cheering them on from Texas. And now, therefore, Fort Worth here does recognize TCU football by declaring, Go Frogs! So one more time, Fort Worth, Texas. I want to hear it like this is Fort Worth. Go Frogs! Awesome.
Mayor, we have a special presentation for both mayors from the TCU Rangers. Here we go. You're gonna love this, Mayor Davis. This is a beautiful TCU belt buckle from the Rangers. How about that?
Thank you.
Mayor Maddie Parker as well.
Thank you. Just in time for rodeo season, y'all.
Exactly. When we get back home, we'll be ready for that. Thank you both.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Go Frogs.
And you know what? Speaking of that, why don't we do a little Go Frogs chant? We want to do that? Cheer, can we start this off? All right, listen, if you're on this side, all right, which means if you're by the restaurant, right, Super Frog, am I right? That's go, right? So if you're there, you're go. If you're over here, it's frogs, all right? Start it off, Super Frog. Let's go. Let's start right here. You ready? 1, 2, 3, go! Frogs! How about that? Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you very much. Now, time to start talking a little football. You want to do that? I'm going to bring up a guy who you got to meet at the Fiesta Bowl. You got to see then. Great former player here at TCU. Here's the only difference between what you're going to find at the national championship as opposed to the Fiesta Bowl is my man Marshall Newhouse has he's brought some bodyguards with him here. All right? As they make their way up on stage, if you are a Frog football letterman, I want you to raise your hand right now. If you're a Frog football letterman, how about these guys? Without each and every one of those men, we wouldn't be here today. Standing on their shoulders. Thank you, guys. Frog football letterman. Marshall, come on up. Bring your bodyguards with you. Here they come. We got Evan Frosch, Jake Kirkpatrick, Victor Payne, Stuart Ashley, Landry Burdine, Curtis Clay, J.W. Wilson, Mark Trevino, all played here at TCU. They're going to stand behind us as we talk a little ball here. Just get it straight. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Come on up here, fellas. What about this, Marshall? What do you think, man?
Horned Frog Nation, how we doing? This is the national championship. I don't want you saving your voice for the ride home. We need to hear you today and tomorrow as loud as you've ever been.
I love it. I love it. Hey, we had Marshall do one thing. We wanted to talk about big games. We all know this is the biggest of the game, right? National championship. Everyone's going to be watching it. SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. So how do you get ready for it? So we said, Marshall, bring the bling. Flash it, Marshall. Here's Marshall's Super Bowl ring. When he was with the Packers, how do you get ready for a game like this if you're a player? How do you put all the distractions aside?
I think it comes down to trust. These guys have been working since February, back when they were unranked, picked to finish 7th in the Big 12. They've been learning to trust each other. They've been learning to trust Coach Sonny Dykes, and a new establishment in TCU football history, and that lead all the way up to the game tomorrow. As they say in Texas, the hay's in the barn. All the work's been done. You've got to trust yourself, trust your teammates, and just put it all out there. These guys are ready to play.
Everyone here, yes, everyone here knows that TCU kicked Michigan's butt last week, right? We know that. Tell me what you saw in that game. It gives you hope here, obviously, against Georgia.
Well, we all knew it, but the rest of the country saw a brand of football from Fort Worth that brings physicality, explosiveness, and just a grit. And those guys brought it to Michigan. I don't know if they're ready, and they're ready for Georgia, I can tell you that.
When you talk TCU, obviously you talk speed. That's a big factor. Now, Georgia says they play in the SEC. And they say that in the SEC, exactly, the SEC, they say it means more, in the SEC. Tell me, have they seen what TCU is about to roll out as far as speed and physicality?
The combination, no, they have not. TCU is prepared for this moment. They've run through the gauntlet in the Big 12, come out on top. They're here for a reason, Brian. People were questioning whether they should get in the playoff, and we all knew the truth. But they showed it last week, and again, their brand of football is winning football, and absolutely have a chance to win a national championship.
All right. Georgia's defensive line's got a couple of future NFL players on it. Michigan's was good. How does TCU's offensive line handle that?
They're just going to bring the same toughness they brought all year. These guys have been pretty healthy. They've played together, and they've played tough. They've protected Max Duggan. They've paved lanes for Kendre Miller and Amari DiMercado, and there's going to be more of the same tomorrow. They just got to do their jobs, play through the whistle, and bring that toughness.
On offense, they've got Stetson Bennett. They got a trio of running backs. They got tight ends that may be the best in the country at Georgia. How does Joe Gillespie's defense stand up?
Well, they've been a surprise. We weren't sure about that defense. It looks a little different than what we're used to. They're not sure if they can be physical enough. Bump all that. They're here. They can stop anyone. They can cover anyone. And when they play together,